Alright, so I just wanted to make a quick video and remind everybody that this piece of shit named Tom Alexandrovich came to Vegas last year, tried to meet up with a teenager for sex, and was consequently arrested. But they let him go. For some reason, they allowed him to post bail, something that should have been obstructed by the judge, something that in Nevada state law is actually required by the judge to do when people like Tom Alexandrovich are such obvious flight risks. This guy, obviously, he's from Israel, he lives there, he came over here for a cryptocurrency conference or whatever, and that's when he tried to meet up with this teen, but his whole life is in a foreign country. So the obvious thing that was going to happen is what happened, and that was such an obvious outcome that the judge absolutely should have said, no, you're not going to simply post bail and then you're going to be able to do whatever you want. And this was a very popular criticism around the time that he was arrested, but they should have taken his passport. Why they didn't confiscate this guy's passport, being that his entire life was in another country and he was basically just over here for vacation, is honestly baffling to everybody involved. So now we're stuck with something called the extradition process. This is a 4-step process that includes a number of different steps, but basically they're now trying to stall this whole entire thing as long as they possibly can. Because Alexandrovich, after he went back to Israel, he actually ignored the first few summons to court hearings or whatever via Zoom. The Nevada court basically reached out to his attorneys, they kept trying to set up Zoom calls initially, and he was actually just ignoring them. That is until a few months went by and they were actually able to get him on Zoom, where they decided to give him a trial date that was actually supposed to be on March 9th, which is something that I almost forgot about until today when I remembered, holy shit, this guy came over here and tried to meet up with a teenager and molest a kid, basically, and got caught in a sting, and then flew back to Israel and is basically being protected by the United States government and the Israeli government. And so I searched around a bunch, couldn't really find anything about this and what had happened on March 9th with his trial date. I even called a bunch of numbers with the Nevada court, and as usual with government contact information, it fucking goes nowhere. You get robots, you get choose this number, that number, and you get into a whole bunch of irrelevant bullshit that doesn't even pertain to somebody that's just trying to find out some basic facts about a situation that's going on that's really fucked up. At this point, for something like this, they should have like an FAQ page for this, like what happened, how we screwed up, what we can do better next time. You know, that kind of thing, but they don't. And so the only thing that I could find was a post by Grok, of all things. Like, I literally kept typing this in different ways, and this is the only thing I found, which is so weird to me now that this information basically is just coming through Elon Musk's AI Grok. I don't know why I can't find it anywhere else, even on the website. I even went to the case lookup for Nevada, and I typed in his name, which is all they required, I guess, and I typed it in a few different ways. Nothing was coming up, and they don't provide a syntax for that either, for a case lookup so that you can find out what's happening. But I guess, according to Grok, you know, who knows how true this really is, because I can't fucking confirm this, I guess his trial date has been moved back to May. So that's another couple months away, and I just wanted to remind everybody that, yeah, they're trying to delay this shit. It's been from the beginning. Everybody else caught in this sting has been arrested and has had trials and has been charged. But not this guy. This guy's just getting to live his, nice little cushy life, working for Benjamin Netanyahu still probably, because that's his position, I forgot to mention. He works directly beneath Benjamin Netanyahu in the Israeli government as a cybersecurity guy. Yeah, they're basically just trying to keep this guy from facing any kind of justice, and they keep pushing his trial date back. They keep saying, oh yeah, we'll get him on Zoom, whatever. They set his trial date out in October for March. That's what, 6 months? That's a really fucking long time, if you ask me. But now they're absolutely playing the game. And so, yeah, set your calendars for May and remind yourself to look at this guy when his second trial date rolls through in May. Because with everything going on right now, especially with the Epstein files, to me, this story is like a perfect parallel to that. We have the Israeli component, we have the pedophile component. I don't know why these two things seem to be so strongly correlated with so much sympathy and protection of pedophiles, but this is just another instance of that, which is separate from the whole Epstein thing, but also not really, because a lot of the same people are involved, like Benjamin Netanyahu apparently, as well as Trump's Department of Justice, who is also doing nothing about this. They haven't done anything with the extradition process. They haven't taken the initiative on that, which they should by now, because this guy is obviously trying to not come back to the United States. And I just think it's really important that we keep an eye on that shit, because it's super fucking evil to let these people just molest kids, do whatever, screw up the lives of teenagers and children, and then just ride off into the sunset back to Israel, where you can keep sucking the cock of Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm not okay with that. So yeah, anyway, that's about it. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, and real quick before I let you go, I just want to give an update. The FOIA request that I sent off via the FOIA Star portal, it's an appeal because they're blocking me for a bunch of bullshit reasons. I made a video about it earlier. Still haven't heard anything back. We're at day 9 with that. Still waiting for a response from the Office of Internal Policies or whatever the fuck. Whatever little bureaucratic bullshit office or agency is responsible for getting back to me. But don't worry, still pressing on that. Still trying to get answers because, of course, Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't just hire and protect pedophiles like Tom Alexandrovich. Apparently he's been hanging out with pedophiles like Jess Staley since 2014. So, alright, have a good day.